I've talked shit about Last Airbender enough, have I? Okay. I've talked shit about Dragon Ball Evolution enough. Alright, fine. So, why not compare which one is better? Or which one is the worst? Now, before I go any further, I want all you to know one thing. I still hate these movies. You all know I hate this. You all know I hate Dragon Ball Evolution. I do hate Last Airbender, but which one is the worst? Alright. I know I bought the Blu-ray for this, so don't worry. I didn't pay the full price for it. I paid $5 for it. But now, like I said, which one would you consider to be the worst? Well, you're going to be surprised. Every single one of you on your computers and phones are going to be surprised. I think Last Airbender is worse than Dragon Ball Evolution. What? You think Dragon Ball Evolution is worse than Last Airbender? Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, guys, but I think there's a reason why Rotten Tomatoes might agree with me for once. Dragon Ball Evolution. Alright, so basically Dragon Ball Evolution does have on Rotten Tomatoes. But here's something you should know about Rotten Tomatoes rating for Last Airbender. Last Airbender. Oh, people. You're not gonna like this. I am not playing with you. This is true kick to the nuts. 5%. 5 freaking percent. Wow! So, as usual. So finally, I'm going to talk about which is worse and why Dragon Ball Evolution is better than Last Airbender. So, without further ado, let me get started. Well, for one thing, even though Dragon Ball Evolution is technically an awful movie, terribly awful. Now, when people saw the trailer for Dragon Ball Evolution, it was the first Link trailer that they didn't want to necessarily show, which they did sort of show during that time, where that weird thing where Piccolo was yellow. It's so weird. But anyways, then they show the official trailer. Then they showed the third trailer, which honestly, both trailers sucked. We can all agree both trailers sucked. But Last Airbender really sucked us in. Now, of course, when they show the casting for Last Airbender, you got someone who's Caucasian to play as Aang, Sokka, and Katara. And you got someone to be Middle Eastern to play Zuko. What? And also, what else can I also say? Well, I can tell you this. Fans of Dragon Ball weren't too fond of the casting choices in Dragon Ball Evolution. Honestly, both trailers. Now, yes, like I said, people were sucked in into Last Airbender's trailer and think, well, Last Airbender's trailer looks good. It looks exactly like, Avatar, The Last Airbender. So it shouldn't be that bad, right? And of course, Dragon Ball fans were like super in denial, saying, oh no, Dragon Ball Evolution, it's still going to be good. It's still going to be great. It's still going to be one of the greatest things of all time. Then when they saw Dragon Ball Evolution, some of the fans, well, actually no. Instead of seeing Dragon Ball Evolution in theaters, they saw the early, bootleg for it on the internet somewhere. Which you probably can't find anyways, but, But the theater I went to go see Last Airbender in was the big theater. Like, bigger than life theater, basically. Where they used to have it. And I cannot tell you how many people were pissed off when they left Last Airbender. And like I said in one of my videos before, when the credits showed and it showed M. Night's name, one dude stood up for the top of his lungs, screamed, "You suck, M. Night!" Yeah. And everybody was like, yeah, he does. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I say that a lot. But, Dragon Ball Evolution, it was a little bit funny at first. One dude, when the movie ended, one dude was like, this movie sucked. And some black chick was like, oh, shut up. You know you liked it. And he's like, no, I didn't. But we can't agree on one thing. They bombed at the box office. They totally bombed at the box office. Did they do good worldwide? Well, let's pay more attention to the domestic box office. Now let's compare another thing. The way how Dragon Ball Evolution looks, and the way how Last Airbender looks. Now, the look of Last Airbender looks like Avatar: Last Airbender. The look of Dragon Ball Evolution. Where am I again? Am I in the not so distant future? Am I in a future where, futuristic stuff somehow just happens, or am I in a bland future, basically? Well, let me just tell you this. Dragon Ball Evolution. Now, here's why I can say why most people consider that a good guilty pleasure. People like it because it's just a stupid, dumbass time. It's just a pure, stupid, dumb ass time. That's all I can basically say. It's fun, it's watchable, and I guess a few people did sort of like Dragon Ball Evolution. Not because, it was fateful, but they just found it enjoyable to watch. Now, let's look at Last Airbender. Even though Last Airbender does have the look and feel of Avatar: The Last Airbender, here's what I can pretty much tell you. Does there have to be every single exposition scene? I mean, Last Airbender should be called Last Airbender, the endless exposition scenes. Like, there's just constant exposition. Explaining this, exposition this, and explaining that. Just nothing but explaining in Last Airbender. There's nothing but complete explaining. We have a narrator explaining for a few moments, then we have the characters explaining in a few moments, and we have the famous line that you can obviously tell that this is the most cliche thing that anybody can say in any movie. As you know, that one scene where Zhao was like, as you know, I raided the Great Library or something like that. Yeah. If it's already been said before, why are you saying it again? As you know, I'm just sorry, I just have to choose Dragon Ball Evolution. Now, actually watching it again, thankfully there's some parts I know I can skip that I'm aware of, that I can easily skip them, pretend they don't exist. And now let's go to my favorite thing about which one of these films, the best fight scene. Now, of course, the best fight scene I am going to go with in Dragon Ball Evolution is the fight scene with Goku fighting his bullies. Now, of course, it's a good fight scene. But what makes me laugh the most, I'm sorry, is the most hilarious scenes. Now, if you were to play, alright, hold on, what's that?